Hello, my friends. Welcome to Knitting Beaver's first ever crochet along. I'm Betty McKnit, and this video is to welcome you and to let you know everything that you'll need for the crochet along and to give you some tips and tricks for getting started with the 6-day star blanket pattern. So we will be doing the 6-day star blanket in beautiful Juniper Moon Cumulus Degrade yarn in the gorgeous gradient colors that it offers. We'll need 6 balls of these to make a 60-inch throw size blanket. So you can see them here on the beds behind me. They're not huge blankets, but they are a really nice accent throw size, big enough to cuddle up with while you watch your shows and crochet. So you will need to visit your local yarn store to get the Juniper Moon yarn that you'll need for the blanket, and you'll need the 6-day star blanket pattern from my website, and I'll provide some links in the description of this video. The pattern is available for free with ads on my website, bettymcknit.com. And there are ad-free PDFs available for sale, discounted for local yarn store owners and participants in this crochet along. So if you've signed up for the crochet along through Knitting Fever's link, then you will be provided with a link to that discounted ad-free PDF that you can purchase if you want it. But you don't have to purchase anything. The pattern will be free on my site. The original 6-day star blanket pattern is also free on my site. It's adaptable to different weights and types of yarns and sizes. But for this crochet along, we're only going to be working with the Juniper Moon Farm, and the pattern that I've written for this yarn is specific for 6 balls of Juniper Moon Farm Cumulus Degrade. So it's written specifically for this yarn. We'll also put some links in the description for a local yarn store finder, so to help you find the yarn that you need. And if you have any issues finding the Cumulus Degrade, just reach out to me or to Knitting Fever and we will help you find your yarn. So besides the yarn and the pattern, some other things that you'll need are a 6mm crochet hook, and I would recommend also having a 6.5mm hook on hand. The 6-day star blanket can sometimes curl with certain yarns and tension, so the pattern does give an option to start with the 6mm hook and then bump up to the 6.5mm hook during the setup rounds if you experience any curling. And I've made a lot of 6-day star blankets, and it just kind of depends on the yarn whether I need to increase that hook size or not. And for me, I did both of those blankets with a 6mm hook, and I didn't have to bump my hook size up. So just check your work in the setup rounds and have the 6.5mm hook on hand if you find that it's bubbling or it's not lying flat. In the setup rounds, you can change to a larger hook. So for sometimes it does help to start with a smaller hook and a little bit tighter tension in the center of the blanket. But like I said, I only needed the 6mm, but make sure you have a 6.5 on hand just in case. Some things that are nice to have but not necessary are a Leica pendle. Since you will be pulling every other ball of yarn from the outside, it would be nice to have one of those, nice things that you pull it and it spins it for you. And one of those cute little weekender wallets for your hooks and your accessories. Thank you to Knitting Fever, Juniper Moon Farm, and Leica for sponsoring this crochet along. And they have some lovely prizes that they're going to select a few lucky winners to receive at the end of this crochet along. So in order to be eligible for those, you must be signed up through their landing page. You must use Juniper Moon Farm yarn for your project. and you should plan to be completed or nearly completed by June 6th when they draw the winners. Also, be sure to post your progress photos each day on your socials. Use the hashtag JMFCAL25X McKnit, MCKNIT, and tag Juniper Moon Farm and me, Betty McKnit. And I love being tagged in your posts, and I love resharing the beautiful creations and things that you make. So don't ever be shy about tagging me. I love being tagged, and I love seeing your beautiful creations and sharing your work with the world. Catch me live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube on Tuesdays and Thursdays during the month of May for live Q&A, where you can ask me any questions you have about the pattern and chat with me about how things are going. Now that you know what you need for this crochet along, let's move on to some tips and tricks for getting started with the 6-Day Star Blanket pattern. The way that I have set up the video tutorials for you for this series is I go stitch by stitch through the setup rounds, and then I go into some detail for the repeating rounds. After that, I'm just guiding you through what you need to complete each day. So it's not a stitch by stitch tutorial through the entirety of the project. These videos are not meant to be standalone. They don't teach the pattern on their own, and they don't replace the pattern. So you will need the pattern to complete this project. Now, about the 6-Day Star Blanket pattern. This is an easy pattern, but it is not a beginner pattern, and it is not beginner friendly. So this is not a good first project for a crocheter. If you were planning for this to be your first crochet project, set this yarn aside and start and learn some basics before you attempt to start this project. So you'll need to know the following skills in order to complete a 6-Day Star Blanket. You'll need to know how to do a slip knot, a chain, single crochet, double crochet, and half double crochet. You'll need to know how to slip stitch, how to work in the round, how to work into tops of stitches, and how to work into spaces. And you'll need to know a little bit of pattern reading and counting of stitches. So this pattern is written for people that already know how to do those things, and it doesn't teach you how to do a slip knot or make a chain or do a single crochet. It doesn't teach any of those skills. So it would be best to find some beginner tutorials for those skills, and there are loads of them all over YouTube and the internet, and tackle those first. So work on those basic skills, get comfortable making like a granny square. And if you could make a granny square, you can probably bravely tackle a 6-Day Star Blanket. Be patient with yourself. I know it is called a 6-day project, but if you are a brand new beginner crocheter, it's truly unrealistic to think that you could complete an entire blanket in 6 days. But we are here to help you, encourage you, and cheer you on. And I encourage any beginner to crochet. Like, we want you here. We want to help you succeed. And we're here to support you in learning this project and learning crochet as a craft. It is a wonderful, wonderful hobby. And once you get the hang of it, trust me, it's going to feel really easy and fun to do. There is a learning curve to this pattern, so there might be a little bit of struggle when you're starting out. Sometimes it feels kind of wrong when you're first learning it, but it makes more sense as you go along. Don't get discouraged, keep going. It gets easier the more you do it. So let's talk about the whole 6-day thing. So I've already touched on. Once upon a time, I made a toddler blanket using chunky yarn in 6 days, and I called it the 6-Day Kid Blanket. I didn't know it would become a trend or a whole thing. Every pattern I made with that same stitch, which I loved after that, I called 6-Day Crochet. This project can be done in 6 days, but like I said before, it depends on your skill level, how fast you crochet. If you're a beginner, you probably will need more time. So I'll be guiding you through the process by days. If you keep up with each video, you should be completed within the 6-day time frame. But if you don't complete in 6 days, it's okay. It's still success. But if you do want to complete it in 6 days, follow the videos each day, and roughly I completed about 1 ball a day, or I tried to complete 1 ball of yarn per day. So if you're coming close to that, we have 6 balls of yarn, so 1 ball a day, you'll be pretty close to 6 days. I also made a printable stitch tracker cheat sheet and day tracker card for you, which you can get for free by signing up for my email list, and I'll put a link for that in the description of this video. There's just one last thing I want to mention, and it's about the setup rounds and the repeating rounds. And this pattern is written a little unconventionally, and that's because it's part of a larger group of patterns known as 6-day crochet. Every 6-day crochet pattern has repeating rounds of double crochet, single crochet, and clusters numbered 2 through 7. So it makes more sense if you have already done a 6-day crochet project. They're all numbered 2 through 7. Rows or rounds 2 and 3 are always the cluster rounds. Rows or rounds 4 and 7 are always the single crochet rounds. 5 and 6 are always double crochet rounds. If this is your first experience with 6-day crochet, that's going to seem a little strange. Like, why didn't she just number the rounds in order? So that's the reason why they're not numbered in order. So the first 9 rounds are referred to as the setup rounds, and you only do those setup rounds once. And after that, it goes to rounds 2 through 7, and those are the repeating rounds. And they match 2 through 7 of every other 6-day crochet project that there is. Okay, so you will repeat rounds 2 through 7 a total of 5 times. Once you've repeated 2 through 7 5 times, then I have a custom edge with a little slanty pointy edge that I made just special for this blanket. So I hope you like that. At the end of each day, make sure you film a little clip of yourself showing off how much you did that day, and post any progress photos on your social channels. Use the hashtag JMFCAL25X McKnit, MCKNIT, and be sure to tag Juniper Moon Farm and Betty McKnit. I look forward to seeing all your beautiful creations, and I'll see you online at the Crochet Along.